Fintech Australia and Tier 1 People present the 2022 People's Choice Awards. The Finnies Award, where the Australian fintech community gets to decide the winner. Make sure to join us on the 23rd of June 2022 in Melbourne for the industry's most prestigious awards event. Now, here are a few words from one of this year's finalists.
I'm Anthony from TikTok, and we are building a platform that both enables customers and the industry to save time and have better customer experiences.
TikTok are finalists in People's Choice Award for Fintech Organisation of the Year. Well, Anthony, welcome back. Here you are again. We go again for another People's Choice Award finals. Hotly contested last year, and I can tell you, I think it's going to be hotly contested again this year. But how's everybody at TikTok feeling about making the finals again?
Oh, excited, Dexter. I mean, the Finnies are one of the industry's most sought-after awards. What's fantastic is Australian fintech is highly innovative, ambitious, and really is establishing itself not only as a disruptor, but also an enabler of the industry. And I think we should be really proud of that.
Awesome. I agree. This is the award that the fintech industry, your peers, the fintech community gets to decide, the People's Choice Award. So we're going to kind of talk a little bit about the last 12 months and some reasons why perhaps people should consider voting for TikTok. But before we do that, could you maybe tell us about the big problem that TikTok solves?
Time at its essence. 5 years ago,
What,
we
you
set
mean
out
you can
with
make me look younger?
Well, if you think about what we've done, Dexter, is we've built a platform. The time went into building that platform. It's built. It's a proprietary platform. That platform is designed at its core to save customers time in their lending fulfillment needs. And it's also designed to save the industry both the time of building itself and the time to get the level of accuracy and automation that our platform has. And so very much that essence of there was a better way, it's broken, it's too manual, those pillars are the same today as they were 5 years ago.
Mm. So when you talk about time, how quick now can somebody go on your platform and be kind of, at least conditionally kind of approved for a loan?
Well, yeah. Well, you're actually effectively conditionally approved as you apply.
Wow.
Because you're being assessed in real time. So conditional approval is a myth. In many ways, it was a response to us entering the market 5 years ago. It became very fashionable to market conditional approval because it was kind of a competitive response. But, for us, you're assessed in real time, and it's an exception-based fulfillment platform. So what that means is you're assessed in real time, whether there's a data source or attribute that's missing or not accurate enough in your specific circumstance, or another business rule or condition that needs to be looked at by a human, they're in the loop.
Yeah.
And, therefore the automation is, and the customer experience is two-way. It's both the end customer using the platform or accessing it through an API if it's an enterprise customer, or it's a internal user that has the benefit of being empowered with all the information that the platform's been able to look at, assess, and effectively bring down to exceptions for you as a human to look at. It's very powerful.
Awesome. And is this a B2C play or is it a B2B2C play?
We're a platform company today, Dexter. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of home loan customers coming through our platform every year now, and we also have 20 enterprise customers using our technology.
Oh, fantastic.
Both here and in New Zealand.
Oh, brilliant. And so your kind of corporate customers or enterprise customers, are they what, other banks or?
A combination of banks, fintechs, and brands looking to leverage their brand value by offering home loans. I think we've talked before about the industry really breaking down to some degree into brand, technology, and balance sheet.
Yeah.
We're a capital T fintech, right? We don't have a balance sheet. We're not getting confused there. There's lots of balance sheets, and the banks are still the biggest and best collectors and distributors of society's capital. And then you've got brands, established brands and new brands looking to offer customers something better or different or leverage their brand value, frankly, in some cases. We're playing in the middle. We're technology, and I think one thing that people probably don't really appreciate about TikTok is, unlike virtually everyone else, and I mean everyone else, we've built our platform. It's not built on something. And that is a very, very different place to play. And it also really needs to happen because it starts with data, then enrichment of that data, then automation of that data. Data is territory specific and data needs scale. So, we're really focused on those pillars and have been for some time.
You've talked there about one of your differentiators, and I don't need to tell you how smoking hot this market is for competition and, everybody, a lot of new entrants as well. How has TikTok really differentiated themselves from the competition, and being able to get, it's pretty impressive, 20 enterprise clients?
Thanks. Well, we clearly had first mover advantage. Yeah. Okay. So, we're lucky in that respect and we respect that. First mover advantage meant that we were able to learn as we built the market. And so, we've really leveraged that pillar on everything we do, including, the fact that, our machine learning models that have been running alongside our enrichment and automation platform, they've been going for 3-4 years now. So we're only 2 to 3 years away from really being in a position that we can really start to apply those machine learning principles, and smart. And I think, those pillars are really what differentiate us. And the fact that, if you partner with TikTok, when you buy a module of our platform or license our platform as a service, you're basically getting those learnings out of a box. If you go with a newer supplier, they're learning as they go. They are learning as they go. And we have scale. We've originated, in terms of scale of origination, it's really us and a multiple winner in Athena, right?
Yeah.
So we're the two, we've written billions and billions of dollars worth of loans already, settled them. The credit quality is becoming evident. It's very much leveraging that pillars of scale, time, and proof points. Yeah. And continuous improvement and growth. And I'm sure we'll cover the growth part.
I was going to come on to that actually, Anthony, because it is 12 months since we last had this chat. One of the real privileges for me in actually doing these podcasts in this competition is I get to see, this kind of, the story of an evolution of businesses. And it's to your introduction, the caliber of finalists just gets stronger and stronger each year. But it's also such a great kind of, it's almost like a documentary of, how businesses have evolved and grown and some of the challenges that they've had. Look, and some aren't around anymore as well. But it would be great to hear kind of what kind of growth and accomplishments you've had over this last 12 months.
Thanks, Dexter. And, that's the thing that I get the opportunity to talk about and the privilege to talk about, because obviously it's not it's the 140 people now at TikTok that, and all the confidence in us from the industry, our partners, and shareholders that let me do that. So I'm very thankful. But, at its core, if you think about TikTok, we doubled our home loan portfolio to over 3 billion on the consumer side. We tripled the number of enterprise customers we had to 20 across both PaaS and SaaS.
Yeah.
We got our first 2 customers in New Zealand, so we've started our international expansion plans. And we doubled our revenue. This year, our revenue will be, touch and go 25 million. Fantastic. And that's real revenue. That's not gross interest income.
Yeah.
So lipstick type revenue. It's actually genuine cash revenue to TikTok. So, you put, and probably the last one of those is we've scaled to that doubling of employee number to 140. And we've been able to do that in a way where we've actually maintained our employee engagement levels. So our employment engagements outcome based on the Culture AMP survey that we benchmark against, we have an over 90% employee engagement score using their methodology. And proudly, 98% of our employees say we've done a really good job of looking after their well-being during COVID.
Fantastic.
So we've had a good year, to be honest, and we're really thankful for that.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the people part, because there is something that's a bit unique about TikTok, and that is that you're headquartered in South Australia. Is that right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Look, having kind of made the move out of Sydney and now living kind of closer to Newcastle, it's really struck me how much there is going outside of Sydney and Melbourne, whereas I think kind of previous years everything seemed centered in those 2 cities. What's also struck me as well is that there's actually access to great talent pools outside of those regions as well. What are some of the kind of innovative things that you've done to be able to kind of grow? Because I'm assuming it's still a fairly small talent pool to choose from in South Australia. How have you managed to scale the business and keep all those engagement scores, get the right people, ensure everybody's engaged?
Yeah, thanks. So just for background for everyone, yes, TikTok is based in South Australia. This is our what we call our hub. So it's our IP center. We ensure the vast majority of our leadership team are based here. We do our innovation and development here, and we do our customer service on the consumer side from here. We have spokes in Sydney now, Perth, Canberra, and we even have some augmented resources out of New Zealand working with us as well. So, but you would say 85% of TOCers are based in Adelaide. We chose Adelaide for a number of reasons. One is that actually there's a big myth on Adelaide that it has a relatively small talent pool. If you think about it, it's a city of not only about 1.2 million people, but actually it has had quite a lot of immigration away from it, from people that are highly educated, gotten global experience, and then want to come back. It is also a regional classified city, and the largest regional classified city for people that want to immigrate to Australia. So there's some really good pillars there for us to leverage on. And also, Bendigo and Adelaide Bank is the largest, probably has the largest presence here of all the bank. It has thousands of employees, and Adelaide Bank was based here. And of course, I was an executive of Bendigo and Adelaide Bank for 10 years. So there is that connectivity. And so we use those pillars and said, our mission is culture is our only scalable asset. We're going to focus on culture and values. And if we are true to those, They will give us a great pillar. And then we have a very ambitious goal to be an employer of choice and to be an employer of choice in Adelaide as soon as possible. So the output of that in a very talent constrained, we've got a lot of developers, a lot of product people, a lot of data scientists. All our data science is done in-house, right?
Yeah. And I would assume you've not got much competition either, right?
We've got less competition, but there is still competition. Remember now that we're talking about in a world where remote work is possible. So these people aren't looking at alternates to TikTok employment in Adelaide. They're looking at alternates to employment globally, or at least nationally. And so, we've leveraged those pillars. So what they've facilitated for us is, notwithstanding all the challenges that I respect everyone is having, we're still under 30 days to recruit a new role, and that's every role. We have single-digit employee turnover, and we have, and we've really put some pillars in place. We've made everyone a shareholder. I love the fact that everyone at TikTok is a shareholder. So, at the end of the day, as leaders and entrepreneurs, having something amazing is much better than having a lot more of something that actually is pretty average.
Yeah.
So, we've really got, I think, a good foundation, but we've got to keep earning it every day. We've got to do better every day. We've got to acknowledge that not only will competition be in terms of innovation and new propositions and ideas and capital attracted to that, creating a competitive landscape change. But we will also need to continue to earn the respect and engagement of the people that ultimately build these businesses. And that's why culture is everything. Yeah. Because the tech is an output, the innovation is an output of the people. I say culture is our only scalable asset.
Awesome. Now we're kind of coming up to a wrap, Anthony, and you're going to get the opportunity to kind of give some reasons why the fintech community should vote for TikTok as this year's Fintech of the Year, People's Choice. Before we do that, when you look back at the last 12 months, what is it that you are proud that you and the TikTok team have achieved together?
TikTok's biggest achievement in the last 12 months has been the exponential increase in the amount of time we have saved customers and the amount of time and cost we have saved the industry. Dexter, people should vote for us because we have created a business in South Australia that has created not only a platform that has helped save millions of dollars for thousands and thousands of Australians over the last 5 years, but is also now enabling the industry to help save their customers millions and millions of dollars. And most importantly, hours and hours and hours of time. And we're really proud of that. And one additional thing that I think we're really, really proud of, and that's the fact that every employee at TikTok is a shareholder, and every employee at TikTok has been a shareholder since they started, and that 5 years ago for some. We believe that shared ownership is a really, really important principle in growth companies, and we will continue to try and help build wealth and success in society through sharing the wealth and success created at TikTok.
Well, Anthony, congrats to you and everybody at TikTok for making the finals again. Good luck on the night. And look, let's hope it's third time lucky for you, eh?
Yeah, thank you. Hope so, Dexter.
The People's Choice Award is brought to you by Tier 1 People, leaders in fintech executive search. We'll help you launch, scale, and innovate by finding world-class people.